All right, today's video is all about how to go from matching with a girl on Hinge all the way to setting up a date with her in person. I had a guy from within the community ask me exactly what to say and exactly what to do once you get the match and how to set up the date. And so in this video today, I'm just going to break down the entire process front to back. I'm going to give you the exact messages and the exact scripts that you can use, and trust me, it's a lot easier than you think it is. Now, I don't have any like fancy tools or whiteboards that I'm going to be drawing on. I'm not going to be sharing my screen. I'm just going to explain this to you verbally. So, take some notes, sit down in a quiet place and get ready to learn. Because the reality is that the big mistake guys are making is sending way too many messages, right? They're kind of trying to rely on like text game in order to, further interactions and conversations with women using dating apps. And here's the big problem with dating apps, and here's the big problem with that is that your messaging from, a dating app to texting to setting up a date should be very minimalistic, it should be very simple, and it should be very, very easy. And the reason is because dating apps are primarily a, physical attractiveness game. Okay, so that's the issue with dating apps, and I'll get to, more on that later on in this video. But, the success or failure of you using dating apps is going to come down to your curb appeal. And so what that can mean is that you can be automatically disqualified based off of your age. You can be automatically disqualified based off of your height. You can automatically be disqualified based off of your race, right? So that's the problem with dating apps, is that it's a purely curb appeal game, right? It's going to be your photos. Like, are you attractive or not? If you don't have curb appeal, like, you're just not even going to see success. And then therefore these messages that I'm telling you, it's not gonna work for you. So I'll say this, right? Like, if you're not getting matches right now, like you're not even getting any matches, then like just pause this video and walk away, because this isn't gonna help you. This is only gonna help you if you're already getting matches because you have a good profile. And if you have a good profile, then the rest of the messages should be completely seamless. So this is exactly what to say. All right, so whether you match with her or she matches with you doesn't matter. The first message that you always send as the opener is, can I be honest? Okay, it's a good curiosity, a good intrigue opener, into which she's gonna say, yeah, go ahead, or, honesty only, whatever, right? And then you're gonna say, low key, glad that we matched. Think that you might have like 7 out of 8 of my core weaknesses, haha. And then, obviously, to which that's gonna pique her interest once again, and she's gonna say, oh, your core weaknesses, what are those? And then you'll get back to her and you'll say, happy to explain it to you, LOL, dot, 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 new message. But, right here over the Hinge messaging app, not so sure about that. Okay. And this is kind of where, like, you really see how interested she is or she's not. Because she'll come back and she'll say, oh, what do you suggest? Or why not? Like, go ahead, blah, blah, blah. And what you do there in that moment is leave the message just kind of on red for the next 24 hours. Come back to that message 24 hours later and then just say, hey, sorry, I don't really use this app very much. My number is X. What is yours? That's it, bro. Like, that same messaging framework you can use for years, right? And that's all you're gonna need. There's no additional messages. There's no additional game that you need to try to run. That script is bulletproof. And if it's not working for you, it's because you have a shitty profile. You just don't have curb appeal. You've got a different problem, right? So, like I said, these messages work when they're attracted to you. That's the problem with dating apps, is you're playing a physically attractiveness game only. All right, so let's say that you've got the number. Now, what do? You shoot her a text message and you say, hey, Jessica, it's Brian, your BF from Hinge. Ha ha. And then she'll respond and she'll be like, oh, what's up, Brian? How are you? How's things going? And you'll say, good. Been real busy with business this week. Lots of clients, calls, and, things to get done. But I've got a question for you. And then she'll be like, yeah, sure. Like, what's up? And then you'll be like, what are your thoughts on Barcelona Wine Bar? And, whatever your primary date spot is, just fill in the blanks, right? What's your thoughts on date spot venue? And then she'll come back and say, oh, I kind of like that place, or, oh, I've never been there, da, 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 da. And then you'll say, okay, cool. So red wine or white wine? And then she'll come back to you and she'll say, I'm a big, red wine type of girl, or, whatever the case is. And then after that, all you got to do is say, okay, cool. So What about red wine at Barcelona Wine Bar with a cool Italian guy? And, Italian guy is just my ethnicity. Just plug in your ethnicity at the end of that. And to which she's going to respond to you and say, oh, that sounds great. Or, oh, who's the Italian guy? Or, are you going to set me up? Da 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 da. And then you just literally respond and say, ha ha, how's Wednesday? Right? And then now you're just suggesting a time. And she says, yes, no. And you might have to have a little back and forth on setting a time. But again, like if she's interested in you, dude, she's gonna set up the date, bro. Like that's the reality. And if it's any harder than this for you, your problem is that again, you're not physically attractive enough. You don't have enough curb appeal on your profile. That's the problem with online dating. Is it's a purely curb appeal play. So you set up the date, and then you go on the date. I've got more advice for you on like what to do between the time that you set it and then between the time that you go. And then, exactly how to run the first date and all that stuff. Just, find other videos that are on my YouTube channel. I've got frameworks for all this stuff. Like, it's fucking easy, bro. Like, dating is not hard, okay? When you position yourself correctly, dating is easy. But, so that's it, bro. And again, like, if it's any harder than that for you, then you've got a different problem. Now, what do you do if you're an older guy, right? What do you do if you're an ethnic guy? What do you do if you're a short guy, right? Like, you're just not going to be able to even play in this game. Like, you're disqualified. Unfortunately, bro, sorry. Like, I don't make the rules, right? So what do you do? Well, I suggest that you fish with different bait and in a different pond. And so specifically create a social circle, from scratch. You can create a social circle around any industry, around any interest, around any hobby or any activity. And when you go that route, you're not relying on curb appeal. You're not relying on physical attractiveness. You're relying on commonalities and community. It's just a totally different game. Now, the problem there is that most guys don't know how to set up a social circle. Most guys don't know how to just create a community of pickleball players or a community of Christians or a community of entrepreneurs from scratch. But luckily, I do. And that's exactly what I do. And that's exactly how I help. Right? I use digital marketing. Like if you use real marketing systems to create a social circle, you can make it happen in 14 days or less, right? I use your Instagram profile. I create Instagram ads. I create group chat communities, and then I create exclusive parties and events that center you as the man in demand and the most valuable person in the room. So fuck a dating app, dude. You can use my text game frameworks if dating apps are working for you. Steal that strategy and let me know how your success is. Send me a message on Instagram, New City Mastery. But, if it's not working for you, man, you need to fish with different bait in a different pond, and I'm here to help you. So if that's at all interesting to you, click the link that's below this video. You can just either join my school community and watch the pre-recorded training videos. But if you want my help directly, I'll give you a free call. Okay, and on this free call, I'll just show you what the other guys in your city are doing. I'll give you advice on, venues that we've used. I'll show you examples of ads that we've used. I'll even make an ad for you, right? Like it's easy for me to do these things. So if you need help, stop struggling. Like if you want to get better friends and attract more women, please, bro, like stop watching videos all over the internet and get some fucking actual systems implemented. That's what I can personally do for you. So click the links that are below this video, man. Hope to see you on either the school or, on a call with me. And if not, no problem. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be just, giving away more of these very simplistic things that other coaches are going to charge you thousands for. My text game frameworks on dating apps and, setting up dates, that to me is like the basics, right? Like I'll give that to you for free all day long. Don't make somebody else have you pay for that. Anyways, boys, see you on the next video. Peace.